A crowd of janitors and supporters gathered this afternoon to rally for fair wages. Contracts expire this year for the Service Employees International Union Local 1 in 11 cities, including Chicago.
The demonstrators are calling on banks and corporations to do their part to fix the economy, pay their fair share in taxes, and create good jobs for Chicago's middle class.
We're fighting for a better contract, better wages, better benefits for ourselves and our families.
Service Employees International Union Local 1 will begin contract talks next month on behalf of more than 13,000 janitors.
Brothers and sisters, we've been going out, surveying members, talking, having discussions. You know what? I don't know about you, but it doesn't seem to me that the overall economy is working out very well for us as working people. What do you think? Is it working out all right? No. I tell you what, when I go out and talk to our members, those who own homes are saying, we're in trouble. Those banks took any equity we had, they just took it away. Many of us are now in homes where we're paying our mortgage and we're paying more than the home is worth. We did nothing wrong. What about education? Has that gotten better for us, brothers and sisters? Can we send our kids to college? Can we make sure they have a good education? No, it's out of reach. It's out of reach. It's not for working class kids. It's out of reach, brothers and sisters. And there's fewer opportunities for our children. But our economy has been in recovery for 10 months now, or 10 quarters now. 2.5 years. The recession's over. Is it over for us? Are our lives any better? No, it's not, brothers and sisters. And it's not because we're poor. And it's not because we don't work hard. I'll tell you what. Because the kind of economic policies we have in this country, that we've had for 30 years, that says, give tax breaks to the rich, take the regulations off the corporations, and they're going to make life a lot better for everybody. That's been what's been happening 30 years. Is life better for you? Is life better for your neighbors? Is life better for working people? No, it's not because we're not wealthy enough. It's because we're not getting our fair share, brothers and sisters. We need a bigger share. We need a better share. We stand with janitors everywhere to demand that we be treated with respect and dignity and be paid in a responsible way so that we can have opportunity for our children. When we stand together in solidarity, brothers and sisters, we win. There are thousands of janitors on strike in Holland today. They've been on strike since the first week of January. And I want us all to stand up, brothers and sisters. And the 4,000 janitors here, we're going to send our solidarity to our Dutch brothers and sisters. We say to our brothers and sisters in Holland, we stand with you. We stand with you. We stand with you. We stand with you.
But we all know in a family that when we're in a crisis, we rally. We want to have each other's backs, and SEIU knows that as a union family, we need all of labor to be with us in this fight, in this moment for working people. So think of you, yourselves, in this fight as part of 16 million workers who are standing up and saying, everybody that does service work deserves to be valued, deserves to have a job that they can raise a family on, and you are the lights in the world making it happen. We have to make sure that when you work hard for a living, you can expect to have good wages and do one job, so that you can support your families. And the janitors in this room can be incredibly proud of how you clean 31,000 miles of office space every night. And I'd like to see those real estate owners do what you do every day. So I want you to know, you are not alone. SEIU members in Puerto Rico, the United States and Canada, and our sisters and brothers around the world, we have your back. And we are going to stand with you as you say to the real estate industry here in Chicago, we deserve better for ourselves and our families, and we will not rest until we win it.
This contract isn't just about me and my job. It's about what kind of future my family will have. And it even goes a step further to the kind of future all of you and the 99% will have. I have been to over 40 schools just this past week talking about the responsible bidder ordinance, which would benefit all working people in Chicago, not only my family. This law would set rules for all contractors bidding on publicly funded projects. It would ensure that we always receive the prevailing wage and not have to worry about keeping wages and benefits every time our contract is about to expire. Everyone would have to play by the same set of rules. I know that if we all stand together and back each other, we will all have better futures for our children. I want my children to have a better future than I did, just like my parents wanted a better future for me. Now, if we all stand together, we can build a better future for all working families, for the 99%. That is the future that we're fighting for.
You should be entitled to a living wage. You should be entitled to health care. You should be entitled to a secure retirement. Your children should have the same opportunities. That's the promise of America, and that's the promise we can afford. So our fight is bigger, brothers and sisters, and I will tell you, we need to understand the role that we're going to play, not only to protect ourselves, but to set the example, to show other workers and other unions what has to be done and what we're willing to be done. You know, you look at our history, it's a history of janitors being willing to stand up and take on the fight. 100 years ago, President Henry talked about it. It was 200 flat janitors who came together and said, we're not going to be second-class citizens anymore. We're not going to be pushed down. We're going to come together and we're going to fight. And they knew if they stood together, brothers and sisters, and 100 years, more than 100 years ago, they formed that, and they were not afraid to stand up and fight, and today, they built the biggest and most powerful union in this country. When we stand together and fight, we can do tremendous things, brothers and sisters. A lot of people said, you can't get insurance in the suburbs. We had a strike in 2000, didn't we, brothers and sisters? We weren't afraid to stand up, and we won that strike, and our brothers and sisters had health care in the suburbs. So we weren't afraid. This is part of our tradition. This is who we are. And people said, SEIU Local 1, what are you, nuts? You think you can go down to Houston, Texas, the heart of the South, the land of George W. Bush, and organize janitors and change their lives? We in SEIU Local 1 said, si se puede, yes we can. And we did it, right, brothers and sisters? We went down there. We weren't afraid to stand up and fight, and when we fought together and we weren't afraid, we won, and we won big. Are you ready, brothers and sisters? Are you? Do you understand we have to set an example? That we have to win for ourselves. And when we do, we win for our children, and we win for our neighbors, and we win for all the 99%. And we have to show people, other unions, that we're not afraid. You might think we're just the janitors who 100 years ago said we don't count. And at times said, well, they're not real workers, so you can't count on them. Brothers and sisters, we know it's just the opposite. We are the janitors. We do have a tradition. We're not afraid to fight for what's right. We are ready to set the example. Are you ready to set the example, brothers and sisters? Are you ready to fight back? And I'll tell you what, brothers and sisters, I want you all to stand up. I want everyone to stand up, and I want